introduce you, Aquarius.
My arm look big.
You know what? How you see yourself on? You can't even see.
Because I look back.
Live.
Wow. Mm. So, this is the Real Nurses Detroit.
Hello.
We're gonna go right into the show. I'm gonna need y'all to like.
This is a finely tuned machine. Let me just tell you, this is the Lamborghini of podcasts right here.
Okay.
First of all, it's not my fault. Okay, it's real hot in the studio today. We are glistening.
It
and
is
glowing,
not good.
and we just said the show must go on.
And we on color people time. So
You know what?
we are. Stop. I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. We on color people time.
Listen,
You know, black people don't never start nothing on time.
Is that mine? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on now. You gotta turn your volume down.
Oh, okay.
We always do this every week.
Oh,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
I'm
gonna do a watch party on my page. I think that's the best way to do it. I want to I aspire for our show to be like the Russ Part in the Morning Show, where every show he said, this is the worst show on the radio.
Hey, man, my target demographic is invalids and shut-ins. I feel like what you should do is you should go to anybody in any hospital you're working in that is bedridden and install our app on their TV or phone.
Yes.
And then just leave the live stream open. And then they can hear you when they're not there, and they can hear all our other random shit when you're not.
Listen, Linda, listen. We have a great lineup today. We're gonna make some predictions of what is to come. We have a special guest on the show. Is somebody missing? Somebody's missing.
Bobo.
Where is Bobo
Where
Lamb?
are you, Bobo?
He's supposed to be in here. And you know what? I'm sick of this.
Hours ago.
Y'all be telling me y'all gonna do something, but y'all, when you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do y'all do this to me? Y'all make my pressure's up. My pressure, all of it. But we gonna go right into it because I don't want to keep our guest waiting. She's zoomed in. I don't even know what state she's in. I guess that's a question we can ask her. But let me introduce our guest today. Her name is Aquarius Maximus. What part is the Maximus?
Hey.
The gluteus maximus. Okay. You know people get injections to get that Maximus.
See, I was going with like Augustus Maximus
You know
and like
what?
Roman
No.
emperors and that kind of stuff. But
Oh.
He's super smart.
Yeah.
He's smart. Okay, Aquarius Maximus is an astrologer, a cardologer, a data scientist, and founder of Guap Coin and the social network New. I hope I said that right. She is a mother of 8 and an entrepreneur for over 25 years. She is cryptocurrency and blockchain expert that has been featured in Glamour Magazine, Black Enterprise, Ozzy, and countless other publications and podcasts. She is tirelessly advocating for the Black-owned businesses and women in business. We have, welcome to the show,
Welcome.
Hey,
Aquarius
everyone.
Maximus. A big round of applause.
Thank you.
And I must say, I met Aquarius in we're in this great group called Is He Dateable? Thank you. That's a round
I like
of applause. You got a whole
Save that to my playlist.
yes.
Save
She's
it
the
to my
first
playlist
one that got
I
a
like
whole round of
it.
applause.
Yes.
But we're in this group called Is He Dateable? And she really has been a guiding light into why didn't this marriage work for me? And this man that I'm dating, what is wrong with him?
Oh, really?
And what's wrong with
I need her in my life.
Dwight Howard? What's wrong with him?
Is he dateable?
He's not dateable.
Undateable.
Oh wait, but didn't you have a question about something you was gonna ask her right off the bat?
I'm sorry about what?
You
Oh,
said-
about my love life. Yeah.
You want to ask her about your okay, so you need a whole reading.
Yeah,
But let's go right
You
into
take Cash App? I need,
she said,
'cause
what's
I
your
need to
cash?
know. What's your cash? Because I need to know. I need to know what's going on with me.
Thank you so much, Aquarius. You have the floor. We are listening. We want to hear what you got to say because I've been following your Instagram very closely, and you've been talking about a lot of things, upcoming issues in the BLM and Black Lives Matter and weather issues and relationships as a whole. You told me about, I said it on the show. I was like, yo, it's something going on in the Leo season. People about to these men are about to pop off. And what happened in the Leo season? What happened? Megan Thee Stallion got shot. There's a lot of
Yeah,
domestic violence in that area. But
yeah,
let me go
yeah.
ahead. How do you do what you do? How do you know these things?
Well, definitely cardiology is the truth when it comes to being able to do predictions. But astrology is also very helpful as well because think of astrology as the cosmological weather. You know what I mean? Like the weather. What is the weather and the stars? And that's what astrology is. So a lot of astrologers, we plot the weather. We know what the weather conditions are in the stars, so we know generally how that energy is going to affect people on what levels. And it's crazy because I can't imagine myself without astrology right now. It's like walking outside in the dark with sunglasses on and a cover over my head. I don't know what the hell's about to happen.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so astrology helps turn the light on, and
Mm.
it's like, okay, wow, this is what's going on right now. So we're in the middle of some major, major, major transits in the sky, transits that haven't happened in thousands, hundreds of years.
Mhm.
There's like transits that haven't happened. We're in the middle of a transit that hasn't happened since the creation of our country. So
Wow.
that should tell you that we're at some type of major, major turning point when it comes to our country and major transformation because the transits that are in the sky are the ones that actually made the country what it is.
Mm.
So astrologers, we plot this, we look at this, and we hope for the best because sometimes we look and we're like, oh, this is gonna be hard,
Wow.
but we kind of we're rooting for the people still. You know what I mean? We're not like the doomsday astrologers from the past. We're really rooting for people to take this energy and be able to transform themselves and transform the country and create what it was made to be because there's a reason we're all here.
For
Right. So are
sure.
you able to predict or give us some predictions or?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah,
let's talk
absolutely.
about the
Practical
election.
all day, every day.
Can we, yes, can we talk about the election? Oh, first of all, give us your Instagram so people can see what.
My Instagram is Aquarius Maximus, and I had a cloner today, someone who cloned my account, so be careful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she has like 21,000 followers. So it's
yeah,
not like
Oh
she
wow.
got
Okay.
200. She's
Yeah,
not,
I need to follow
she
you.
ain't new to this. Like she is
yeah.
in some major magazines. So, well, I'll tag her page and put a screenshot of
Yes.
her real page. So, what do you think is going to happen just in general with politics?
Well, politics right now that's in the middle of a transformation, and we need to deal with the issues that are preventing equity amongst people, and these are all in the transits, you guys. So there's a real shift that's going on right now, and a shift in power. I like to bring it back to cryptocurrency because we use the term decentralized in cryptocurrency, which we talk about the decentralization of money, which is taking away the money from the centralized authorities like the Federal Reserve banks and the banks and giving it back to the people. Well, that's also the very thing that's happening in government and other places as well. It's
Mm,
about the decentralization of power. Right now, we've gotten to a point where power structures have gotten too powerful. I don't know if you remember the monopolies back in the days around the railroad era. We had the monopolies, and the monopolies had to be broken up. Well, now we have other monopolies that need to be broken up, and that's in government, and that's in money, and et cetera. And like I told people today, everything has an expiration date. Everything
yes.
has a birth and a death.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts forever. We've only been here, of course, us, we've only been here for a couple of decades on Earth.
Yeah.
But really and truthfully, we've only been functioning as the type of society that we're functioning in the last decade, the last couple of decades, in the
Mhm.
last 100 years. So we tend to think that's a long time, but it's really not, you know. And because we think it's a long time, we're not aware of how karma works and that there really is a thing called karma and that it really is in play. And when I'm talking about karma, I'm talking about the law of cause and effect.
Of course.
Everything that's been implemented, that's been set in motion, has results. And whether those results are good or bad, those are the things that are being weighed out right now.
I don't think
And what,
people understand karma completely. And you did an
yeah,
excellent job of explaining that. People only refer to karma when they're cheating. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you
Right,
gonna get your karma, girl.
Okay.
You know,
right,
but it's
right.
not just, oh, I did something bad, I'm gonna get something bad. Karma can
No,
be
no.
like,
Karma is, I kind of look at it like this. When I'm doing readings to people, one of the things that I've found in cardiology and astrology is that most people start out good. It's just that the decisions and the choices they make are not necessarily the best decisions and choices, and they wind up having to live with the results of those decisions and choices.
of
Right.
course, of
So what
course.
they do is they create blocks. So when you think that the whole world is against you, likely you made a series of choices that have left you where you are, where you're experiencing a lot of blocks, and now you have to fight through those blocks in order to regain yourself. And that's what, and I guess that's the best way to kind of explain karma. It's not necessarily an outside external thing. It's really a result of what you have created, what you have done. You know the term, you reap what you sow.
Oh,
That's
oh,
very, 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 very true. It's very true in astrology. It's very true in cardiology. So the way to overcome the struggles that you're going through is you got to go inside. You got to do the inner work. You got to work on yourself, and then you can come out victorious because these are things that you created, whether you believe it or not. Now there are situations in which we come into the world and we're faced with things that are not good, like abuse and stuff like that. But once we start to realize that life is a continuing thing,
yes,
that life does not just start when you're born, that this is something that continues on different streams and different dimensions, then we'll start to have a greater understanding of why things happen to us and that we're not a victim, and it's
we're
not
never
me.
victims. Yes.
Yeah, we're never a victim.
Hmm.
So we're here to be victorious. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for.
Yes. Yes. Leah has a question for you. I know we already got right. Is the question? I think I don't know. Did you have anything else? I know you wanted to make. You had probably a little bit of a speech, and we just all up in like we
Oh
all.
no, no, no. I'm sorry. We did talk about predictions in the elections, and we brought that up. Definitely, the elections are, in my opinion, are going to probably be delayed. Um,
Delayed
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
from
that.
the
Look,
pandemic.
no, from the everything demic.
Everything.
This is
Okay. Okay.
what's going on is bigger than the pandemic. People should know that by now. The pandemic is something that happened, but because the energy right now is so intense, it's something that they really overbloated.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, they
they
sure
attributed
did.
everything to the pandemic, but there's a whole lot more going on. How do you
Yeah.
explain all of the other things that are going on right now?
Okay.
So the pandemic is just a piece of that.
Okay.
We have so much. Hold on one second. I'm so
That's okay.
sorry. I just gotta tell people to be quiet.
Yeah. I mean, you got 8 kids, so
Oh no,
how
no, no. Actually, no, I'm not out with my kids, but I just wanted to, if somebody
you
didn't
do
show up
that?
in the car, it's like, hey, yeah, my kids. Half of my kids are grown now, and the other half are still small. My youngest is 10. And I gave birth to a lot of independent souls that,
Whoa. Wait, say what now? What? So they like? Are they like a Cancer or like?
Virgo.
Are they
Okay, well,
independent? They not. I know they got to be a
Virgos are
I
Capricorn.
got I
independent.
got all over the spectrum. I have a lot of Aries.
Ew.
I have Aries. I have
Ain't me.
Scorpio. I have Sag.
You got Sag. Sag are independent.
I
Yeah.
have Pisces.
No, they not.
And they all are representative of different aspects of me.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that's what your children are. Your children, you're giving birth to a hidden aspect of yourself. You give birth to your children, and they help bring that peace out of you. So all of them are what made me what I am today.
That's what they say. They say like depending on the sign of your child, which I thought was so interesting. So for instance, my kids are I have a Cancer
Hmm.
and I have a Taurus, right? So depending on and I have to be more specific because I got to look it up, but I can't remember. But there's the psychology about each child when they're born is what you needed in your life at that time.
Really?
So for
Yes,
instance,
absolutely. And it
yeah,
shows up. It shows up in your natal chart. In your natal chart in astrology, you actually have a full natal chart. You don't just have a sun sign. Most of us just walk
yeah,
around and think that we're a sun sign, but you
yeah.
actually have all the other planets are
Capricorn, 7 days a week.
yeah, yeah. So you may be more in actuality, you may be more of your moon sign, or you may be more of your rising sign. So
Right.
we have lots of different signs, and our children are representative of the signs that are very strong in our natal chart. So
Oh
if you
wow.
have Cancer children, that means you have a very strong Cancer placement in your natal chart. Your children show up in your natal chart, and you show up in your children's natal chart.
Oh wow. Yeah. So for instance, so like I said, I don't know why I'm feedback. Is that my sorry? So I have a Taurus child.
Okay.
So at the time, a Taurus child means stability. So my first child
Right,
was
and
Taurus.
and it's about building your value system,
Yes.
building a strong value system, and then it's also a lot of people don't know that Taurus is also about the law of attraction. A lot of
Oh.
people, a lot of people attribute just work, like work and working for my resources, but it's all about attracting your resources,
Wow. Yes.
attracting what
And
you
being
need,
grounded.
attracting what
So
you
what about
desire.
a Virgo? Child, what is
Wait
that?
a minute. Well,
Go to
can I?
Virgo because I'm trying to see what. You got two Virgos?
Virgos should be encouraged and raised to be heavily humanitarian because really Virgo is the sign of selfless service, you
Really?
know,
Yes, they're
and
givers.
right, and they're yeah, so they're humanitarians of selfless service. They do focus on the details. They're very detail oriented.
Oh, my son.
They
Um,
are critical. They
very can be
That's my
really
son.
OCD.
normally if they're critical, it's because of the level of criticism they have within themselves.
Oh yeah, and
So
they're harder on themselves than they are
My
on.
right,
that's my son all day.
Think about
right,
Michael Jackson. Think about Beyonce. Think about
right.
Kobe.
But look at what they have. They have musical talent. So one of the things in Virgo is you definitely should balance their lives, give them balance in their lives. They shouldn't be all work, all study. They should be play. They should have a very very well balanced life, and that will help them to be able to overcome that criticism. They have to balance both the left side and right side of their brain.
And yeah, that's big. Okay, thank you.
I want to ask you, this is Leah.
Oh, you gotta turn on her mic. No, yeah.
I want to ask you a question.
That's
I'm a
Princess
Leo.
Princess Leah is in the building from 9:10 a.m. We didn't introduce.
Oh,
We didn't even.
nice.
Did we
That's my
introduce
sister.
each other? The real nurse of Detroit.
We just went straight
We can
into it.
introduce ourselves.
We
Go
went
ahead,
right
Ronnie.
into it. No, we went right into it. Just we was running late today, so go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, how you doing? What was it?
This is Aquarius Maximus.
Aquarius Maximus.
She's
How are you
the
doing?
astrologer.
A pleasure
Good. How are
meeting
you?
and honor talking to you on today. I have a question. Now I'm a Leo.
Can I get your birthday first?
Absolutely. 8973.
She just had a birthday.
At
Just had a
August 17th,
August 9th.
August 9th. Okay. So you are a four diamond in
Four
cardology.
diamonds?
Four diamonds.
That's that money card.
Is
Okay.
that
Four
what?
diamonds.
I'm trying to
It
see if
is,
I got four
it
diamonds in
is,
my ring.
it is a money card, but we were just talking about hypercritical. And that's one of the characteristics, is not so much on other people, but very critical on yourself. Little Kim is a four diamond.
Who is?
Excuse me?
Who was it? Who did you say?
Little Kim.
Little Kim.
Yes.
Yes, and she's like super petite.
Yes.
Leah is super petite. She's little and she's a
But
firecracker.
Now watch Biggie be mad.
But you know what? But that is so funny because
four diamonds are
I
four
am
diamonds
very
is
critical
a
on myself.
firecracker.
Extreme.
Yes.
People wouldn't
Really?
think that, but I am. Yes.
I
If
would
you
never
ask,
thought that.
if you ask my husband, I am extremely
But
critical
a
on
ball
myself.
of fun to be
No.
around.
Yeah,
I know. I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm very
yes,
hard on
yes.
myself.
Yeah, y'all. You know, four diamonds are really ride or die kind of people. You know, they do care about people. I have two four diamond children, and my four diamond son is very helpful in helping me, care for the other kids, especially when they're sick. So when my kids are sick, my four diamonds kicks in like, oh, what can I do? How can I help you?
Aww.
That's me.
You guys got like a
Another
built-in
man.
doctor.
No.
She do.
That
She
is so funny.
does.
Yeah, that is me all the way. I am very actually, I'm very hard on myself, but I love people.
Yes,
love
she
people.
does.
I absolutely love people.
Yeah.
I care
And
for
you're
them, and I would do for others before I would do for myself.
Yep.
right.
I really
right.
would.
right.
I would put myself last. I'll take care of myself, but I will put other people, their desires or what they need before mine. You know what I mean? Family,
Right.
friends, everything. So I am like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I asked you that because my husband is a Cancer. Most cancers I know are kind of, I've dated a couple of them. They're kind of different. But
Right.
he's a Cancer and I'm a Cancer. I mean,
What's his birthday?
What's his birthday?
oh Lord, oh God,
July what?
7/9/71, because our anniversary is 3 days later.
July 9th, you said?
Yep.
Nope, July 9th.
Okay, so he is a 6 of diamonds. So you're both diamonds. Diamonds tend to travel together, so don't worry about that.
Look, we've been married
Diamonds
23
travel
years.
in pairs. Because y'all are all about value. Very, very heavy Taurus. He's a dreamer. Like he's got big dreams. 6 of diamonds. When he thinks about, and they're also called a natural accountant. So they can account for some money, and they can count money.
What is him? He went to school for accounting. He's all about money. He
Yeah.
can look at you and
Yeah.
he can write. He could do numbers like this.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
he can calculate something by just looking at it.
Girl,
Yep.
I'm breaking on my time for you.
They're natural accountants, and they have big dreams, and oftentimes, and they're very well aware of right and wrong. That's another thing of them. They
Yes,
don't want
it
to be
is.
done wrong. They want to pay their bills. If their bills ain't paid, if they're in debt, that's when they're gonna be
Oh,
in their
God.
work.
Oh God, you
Oh,
just
the face that you making. They
yeah.
got
Oh my God, you just
know
ran her husband for filth.
He is.
I hope he's watching. Hey Stan. Hey,
He is.
Hey
He's a
Floyd.
very serious
I bet he got
person.
good credit.
He's
Ooh,
really
baby.
he's very serious. He's really into values.
Oh my
He
God.
does not play. How
At
Stan-
all.
He does not play. He's all about his business. Family
Period.
always come first.
Oh, wow.
And he'll come on. Remember, he came on the show. And
Very
he giggles a
business-minded.
little bit, but he be.
It
real
takes a
serious.
lot for
So
him.
serious.
He's so serious.
Everybody say that. They always say that Stan is like
He
so
like
serious.
the daddy. Like we feel like we in trouble. I'm like,
No,
oh, your
everybody do
husband
it.
coming. Oh God.
You could be 70 and they'd be around him like Stan coming in. And he has like a father mentality. He's
Very
kinda
father figure.
Yeah.
very father figure. Very
Yep.
father.
Yeah, absolutely.
Protect
Absolutely.
everybody.
That's interesting.
So what's go ahead, Shar. Go ahead.
I-
She
I-
need to read it.
I want
Oh.
one. This is the last one.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
want a Libra. My daughter's a Libra,
Oh
and
Lord.
I asked about her.
Her daughter was on Empire, just to give a little bit of
God,
background.
honey.
She was a little baby on Empire that was Lucius' baby. It wasn't really his son. Remember,
She played Lola.
she was Lola.
Oh,
She
yeah.
So she
I
was
remember that.
I
Raven
remember that.
Simone's
Okay, yeah.
daughter, right? And then it was really Lucius's daughter, but it
Yes,
wasn't. What's
yes.
the other guy that got in trouble?
Jamal.
Jamal,
She
who was gay on the show. Stop it.
She was Jamal. She was Raven Simone and
Jamal, no,
Jamal's
he ain't had
daughter,
no baby.
and she ended up being Lucy's daughter. So the
He-
little girl at Empire. Yeah, my daughter is an actress.
That's her
Why
daughter.
would you say
in
that? I
real
was waiting
life.
to hear her. I want to
In
hear what
re-
she
She
said.
gonna read her.
What's your daughter's birthday?
Little Leah.
9/25/09.
9/25, September 25th.
Big personality
September
too.
So she is a queen of hearts.
Oh,
So
she's like
September
Margaret.
5th, right? So essentially, she's the same card as Will Smith,
Oh,
the queen of hearts.
big
Hope
personality.
she don't
That
get on that.
act- but
I
that
hope she ain't
acting.
in no table.
No, but she's
Girl,
you know what?
He went in an entanglement. It was
Yes,
his-
But
Yes, he
but
Who's in it too?
very
Oh, well.
they're very they're socialites. So she's gonna go be a socialite.
She
Yeah.
is.
Definitely. You definitely very impressionable spiritually. Very
Yes.
impressionable spiritually. She's like a sponge. Very psychic, very intuitive. That's actually the card for the mother. Very motherly.
Yeah.
In certain ways. And she's also very sensitive. So when she was little, I don't know if maybe she had really bad allergies or stuff like that. You have to be really careful.
She's
You
allergic.
got to be really careful about what she eats and who she's
Look
Look at that.
around.
Look at that. Okay, Aquarius, man.
All
She
of
coming
that.
through.
Off the top of her head, you know she's
Yes.
driving somewhere, right?
She coming
She ain't even looking at no papers,
Look,
right?
She
She
driving,
not
top of
looking
the
at
dome.
that. She
driving,
not.
diving, chaving, and giving out info.
Okay.
Okay. She not
Definitely
even.
multitask.
She not even like looking at no books. She not
Right.
I
googling
know I'm very
nothing.
I'm gonna
excited.
follow her. I'm
I'm
gonna follow her. I'm
excited.
gonna
I'm nervous.
send you a message, Maximus. I
I
love the
know. I
name.
need to
Let me
see
tell
what's
you,
up.
you know,
I'm
my
nervous.
girl, Margaret, who's she's a neuropsychologist. Happy birthday to Margaret, who has the
Happy
same birthday
birthday.
as Kobe. I had to wear my Lakers shirt today. Her
I
and
love
Kobe
Margaret.
have the
She's so
same.
sweet.
That's a Queen of Hearts. Also the same card as Will Smith.
I
So
wanna
their
see
birthday
her.
was yesterday, the 27th, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, boo.
We'll talk about
But
it later.
but we're gonna go on. But yeah,
Okay.
happy birthday to Margaret. That's my girl. She's a neuropsychologist. She's in
Happy birthday,
Kalamazoo.
Margaret.
Now watch I be something lame like
But she, oh, can you tell me one thing real quick, just because it's her
May
birthday?
28th.
No, I want to know
What?
who is
I
a
thought
good
you did.
card for her to hook up with. Like she's looking for a whole husband.
True.
Queen of Hearts. Who should they be like marrying?
My Facebook?
Because that she can tell you
Hearts.
all of this. She can tell
Well,
you who your
I'll tell you this. And how old is she? Queen of Hearts?
the Queen of Hearts that I'm talking about. She's 41. She just turned 41.
Okay. Yeah, that's when it starts to get tough.
Oh, she's divorced.
when
Like
it-
she was married for 10 years.
Yeah, normally that's the spiel with Queen of Hearts. They go through a period of marriage, and by the time they get to their 40s, they're discovering themselves.
Yeah.
Why not be a queen?
But
Heart?
codependent though. The codependent.
Yeah, very, very, very codependent.
Yeah, I feel so
But
bad.
yeah, I mean, she's going to have to, number one, she has a 3 of Hearts in Jupiter. And the biggest thing with them is they have to step outside of their comfort zone and step out of their norm and their so-called type. Because they will have a type. They have a tendency
Yes. Oh my God.
to have a
Yes.
type. And that is going to be the thing that will keep them by themselves the longest.
Okay.
If
Now you're
if she breaks out, if she travels, if she socializes with other kinds of people, that's when she will find the perfect mate for herself.
okay. Socialize. I've been trying.
that-
I'd be like, girl, stop looking at him
Yeah.
like he ain't no husband. He's just for
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Ooh, that's
I mean,
entanglement.
the next person she marries is going to be unlike her first husband, unlike any other person that she had.
And I think that's what, because every dude that she's dating, and I'm
It's
sorry.
like her husband.
I don't know.
or her
I
ex-husband.
listen. I done put her name in the streets.
I
She gonna be so
You
mad at
put
me.
my name in the street. You know.
I'm about to.
You know
We
what I'm
ain't ready yet.
I'll tell you how she can find somebody quickly.
How?
If she steps out on a total leap of faith, right? If somebody hooks her up with somebody, if she goes out on a blind date with somebody that somebody else hooks up, one of her friends, another woman hooks her up with a guy and goes out like that, she'll find somebody.
Mm.
So she will do it, but like she's been telling us, she's like, hey, anybody know anybody? Anybody know? So I was just like, I don't know. I don't like.
This is the time. This is the time for somebody to hook her up with somebody else.
Okay, I'm gonna look. But she has high standards. Like that's my thing. Like they say that like millionaires don't want other millionaires. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying she's.
I don't know why.
Right.
I would.
I'm not saying.
I mean, if I got a million, he got a million.
Well,
I
I
would
don't
too.
know because I'm broken. I don't want
But
no
see, the guy for her, he's going to be very youthful. He might actually be younger. He might be younger. He's going to be
Okay.
very youthful.
You
He's going to be very fun. Likes to travel. Likes to be spontaneous.
exercise. Yeah.
Right.
You know ain't got no money.
Might be a little artsy, you know, and yeah, he might be a little artsy, like he likes to do art and stuff like that.
Yeah, she gotta get rid of her list then, because you know a lot of us black women that are successful.
Oh, she needs to throw that out the window.
I don't have a list.
You don't got a list,
Maybe I'm not successful.
but
Oh,
she
I thought you meant a list in speech. I thought you meant like she got a list like this.
no, she got a list.
Oh, I got one of
not a
those.
list.
Yeah.
a list stuff.
He's a dreamer. He's a dreamer.
She
I
is. They're in love with the idea of being in
Yeah.
love. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And you're not being realistic. Then they get real critical because she's a Virgo. So then she's
Right.
like, nah, I don't like this. He don't got to make enough money. He don't drive.
My sister, who's like my best friend, I call her my sister. Her birthday was yesterday too. She's a queen.
Oh. And she married, she dating. What is she doing?
Same thing. Very, very, very critical.
Oh.
You know, no, I couldn't date him. Oh no, I couldn't date that type. No.
Yeah. They know what they don't want, and that's my thing. I was like, "Come on, you need to calm
You know,
down
I'm
a little
like that
bit."
though. I know what I don't want, but
But we need
really
to
know
focus on what we want because you're gonna keep
I don't know
attracting
what
what
I
you
want.
want.
Well, no.
don't
You
know.
need to live the life you want to live authentically.
I don't even know
How you do
I
that?
can't tell you.
How you live the life that you want to live authentically.
Live the life you want to live. Like
Wow.
seriously. And a lot of that takes you have to spend some time alone. Because in spending time
That's my
alone, you gotta find your inner child. You gotta go back to before all of the bad relationships and all that other stuff. And you gotta go find what was fun for you. What did you like to do?
Yeah, you
Because
love
that's going to be the person that's going to be the best person for you. Like for me, I went back. I started gaming again. I love VR. I play VR. I make dollhouses. I do dollhouse kids. I'm an artist.
I collect down
I'm
house.
just a little
I'm
kid
probably
all
do
over
it
again.
with a drunk because I like to.
But I love what you said. You know what? I collect. You know what? Aquarius. I collect doll houses. I've been doing it for like over 10 years now.
Man's gonna be an alcoholic.
But it's kind of like a little hobby that I do for my own. You know what I mean? But I love it.
She a dog. This one right here.
Man's
though.
gonna be an alcoholic. 'Cause
she-
that's what I like to do.
You
Wait, we gotta
understand,
read her.
Your soulmate is in love with the real you.
Period.
Okay, that's why I need to find.
You,
You know what?
if you're not being the real you and you're not letting your guard down and being who you really are, then he's not even gonna see you.
Period.
Mommy,
Say
I
it
need a whole
again say it for the people in the
In
back.
the back, okay?
Yeah, I mean he's not gonna see you because you're not gonna be in the places that are gonna just connect. So he's just kinda out there floating around waiting for you to show up.
Yeah,
He
you
can't
gotta
see
show
you.
up as
You being
you.
fake.
Because I'm sitting at home
With
drinking
your
by
fake
myself.
lashes.
Yeah, you being
Because I'm
fake.
sitting at home drinking by myself and I need to go to the bar and drink. That's
But you got them fake ass
Right.
lashes.
Aquarius.
Right. And then you
You can't
attract
talk about lashes.
lashes.
Don't you dare go about lashes. And everybody got hair and everything else on.
Okay, my
See,
bad.
you know-
I'm
you know,
sorry.
That's
I
all.
would
So,
say that.
so Aquarius, you said that I got to take my weave off for my lashes or nothing, right? You still gonna see me, right? I just
You
want to make
don't
sure.
You should be. Think about anybody here got guy friends. Like I got guy friends.
A lot
right?
of
I got
them.
guy friends that
guy
come
friends.
over and they see me ugly as hell.
That's right.
Ugly as hell.
Not ugly. I'm not never.
See,
ugly.
I don't-
Well, you know what I mean, right? I'm just
You be-
saying, like I just was
You be completely unfiltered. I know exactly what you
completely
Ab-
unfiltered,
absolutely.
and you know what he says? I don't care. You know, you like, all right, I'm a mess. I don't care. What the heck I care about that
I know
for?
how to get cute.
That
Shut up.
I don't.
But you know
I
what?
don't
But you know
feel
what?
cute.
You're
you know what?
cute.
I like
I
what you
don't
said,
feel
Aquarius. During the let me say, I could just say this, and during the pandemic, relationship, it was either gonna break you or it's gonna make you.
Okay.
You know, and me being married, and I always say that I'm so proud of my 23 years.
I know.
But
you
I
are.
will say that from people
Princess.
from people not having lashes, from women not having lashes, hair, nails, from men not having haircuts, my husband's hair grow like a wolf. So I even posted a picture. I said him and my son. I said they look like Chewbacca.
Woo,
You know what I mean? But just like you just said, he said he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't care. So I think during the pandemic, it was a point where people was kind of like, I love you exactly for who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the celebrities had to go through it too because they was looking choppy.
Let me tell you, I was watching social media, like you said, being out of town, seeing these, everybody became, they were saying that the mask was the new normal, but actually everybody became the new normal. Not just us, the celebrities went from being celebrities to now you at home. You're normally at home 2 to 3 times a year. You get a nanny.
It was
beautiful. It really was.
We had to think of stuff to do. I was at Target buying games.
We went to Walmart.
We went to War. I spent about $150. I bought every game that was on the shelf.
No, but me and Leah during the pandemic did a whole we had a whole adventure at Walmart.
But I loved it. I absolutely loved it
We
because
didn't do
I think
much.
as much as we were scared, it was a point where I think that the entire world has never come together the way we did between March and May.
Right. And unfortunately, I don't think it's over.
Absolutely not.
Wait a minute.
I agree with you. Matter of fact, it's about to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, wait. We're gonna go back to we're gonna go to Nurse Shar, and then we're gonna finish with me with our cards. But let's talk about more predictions. Let's talk because our kids are we're in Michigan. So we don't start school ever until the day after Labor Day. So
no, my son starts school Monday.
Really?
What's your county?
Wayne.
Okay, so
Wayne County start Monday?
Wow, is it a private school?
It's charter.
Okay, so
okay,
charter.
that's why. Yeah.
So like most schools in the South have already started. So Georgia started about 2 weeks ago.
My friends, their kids started like August 15th, August 12th.
So can you give us, because from my perspective, our kids are going back. Well, my kids for sure. I'm in Oakland County, so we're going hybrid. So we're doing 2 days a week. We're gonna go Tuesdays and Fridays, full day in school, and then the other days are virtual. So they said they're gonna reevaluate that whole whatever in November 6th, which I thought was interesting because it's the week of the election.
Well, you know what? The situation with that and with the kids is the kids' will is fighting the will of the adults. The kids want to go back to school. the kids, they want to be socialized. They want to, they're tired of being at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's there's some that are okay with it, but the large majority of them, they want to go back to school. They want to go back to school bad.
Yeah.
So their will is
Ground running.
winning. Their will is winning, and now now you have, well, some people are going back. Like my kids are going back to actual physical school, even though they've been home. They're going back to physical school now, and they are loving it. They're like, oh God, I got to get out of here. And both of them are introverted, computer kids, but they still want to go to school. They hate it at home. So the kids have very, very strong wills, especially the kids that have been born, the millennials, last in the Generation Z. These are kids that are rich. And this is one of the things that I tell people is that I can tell by the kids that we're getting ready to go into some kind of a golden age where people are fairly wealthy because the kids are very entitled. They're very entitled. They're very wealthy. They don't get excited about anything anymore.
No, they don't.
You get them something that costs $5,000. It's like, okay, it's like you were supposed to get that to me.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I will say this though, I'm really excited for my kids to go to school because remember, I have a kid. My baby is going into kindergarten.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta pay no daycare costs no more.
You know what? That's why you
listen,
excited.
Linda, listen. When you're paying for one child, I paid the whole summer $185 per child.
Oh,
because they couldn't go to summer camp. I have two children, two girls. One is 10 and one is 5. And the 10-year-old, she's at that point where she can kind of stay home by herself a little bit.
You could have paid me to babysit. I would have babysat.
I will agree with
I
you.
will.
I'm feeling like Ronnie.
Well, there's going to be pods because it is going to return. The kids are probably going to return home. And what I kind of
now, wait, say it again.
The kids are going to return home.
Oh,
from the pandemic.
It's not going to last. Now, what I see coming is there likely is going to be some more sickness, but even bigger, there's going to be a lot of unrest. And there's likely going to be some type of martial order, like martial law.
No, I heard about that before.
Yes.
In the beginning of the pandemic, we were expecting that when they were bringing in the troops and even with out. And the last thing I want to hit on before we get off with you, I mean, we've gone over time, but I really want to touch on BLM because you posted something on IG that was like concerning for me, and it's scary. But you definitely
when you're talking about the AI in social media, I mean, I'm very
it's artificial intelligence.
There's definitely a huge artificial intelligence campaign going on. There's a lot of artificial intelligence manipulation. So you have to be very careful about what you share on the internet because that's a part of it. And
so
what they do is
can I ask you, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you say be careful of what you share on the internet, so meaning when we are posting the shooting of Jacob
Blake, I think it is
Jacob Blake, when we're posting the negative things that are going on, what is that doing with artificial intelligence?
Yeah, well, see, that's even just a small piece of it. What artificial intelligence is doing and what they're doing is that there are groups that are very, very savvy with that. So they create agendas and they feed those agendas into Twitter, they feed it other places, and people of color, what people don't really understand is that Black folks are really the progenitors of viral, of making things go viral. We did it originally with music. We're the ones that brought in the whole viral culture, and we continue to do it. So they feed it into our conversations in our communities, the things that they want to propagate. They want us to spread. They did it in the election of 2016, and they're doing it. They're still doing it, and they're doing it even more now. So when we come up with our own things, our own mind, our own movements, they will feed into social media that these things are bad, that these were created by somebody else. So that's why we now have Black Lives Matter. With Black Lives Matter, people talk about the agendas. The agendas are only the agendas the way they are because people are not participating in chapters. If you participate in a chapter, and I mean not only when something happens, but I mean actually participate, then you influence the agenda. When you don't participate, others come in and influence the agenda. So it's not necessarily the organization, it's the fact that you're not participating in doing the work that you need to do to make this organization serve your needs. And that's the problem that we have. But you have groups like QAnon, which QAnon is heavily left, heavily Trump based and everything. They literally will feed something into Twitter and we'll go running with it. And it hurts my heart because as a data scientist, I'm actually seeing this stuff. Like people will call me, they'll be like, did you hear so and so, and they're literally passing something that they heard online that was fed into the matrix by groups like QAnon. You understand? So it's really disheartening because I'm like, look, we got to have our own mind. Your mind is the only thing you have left right now.
That's right. We don't have our own opinions anymore. But okay, so let's go back because this is so interesting. When you were out, we want to hear who.
I have a question at the end, but I definitely want to hear. I'm writing it down for you.
Who you supposed to be with? What's her? What's her birthday?
May 28th.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry, it's May 28th.
What year?
1988.
You a baby.
You know I'm not no baby. I'm so sorry.
Talking about 1988. I was in ninth grade.
You know what?
I was 7. She want to know her card and who she's supposed to be with.
Please.
I believe you're my card. I'm trying to verify in my head.
You know what?
Yes.
So that's a 4 of clubs.
A 4 of clubs?
Yes, and I know you have a hard time with relationships. Trust me, I know.
I do. Definitely do.
4 clubs go through so many different transformations in life. Because I've been through a lot of transformations. I've had a lot of alter egos. I've had a lot of things that I wanted to be that I am, and really kind of like a lifetime of self-discovery. You really after your 40s. I don't know, how old are you right now?
32.
Okay, so you're in a good space. You're still in a good space because you're in your Mars years. And when you're in your Mars years, men love you as a 4 club. They love you.
She said, "Where he at though?"
I know,
but where they
yes.
at though?
But because you have a 5 of hearts, they tend to run away. They tend to get ghosted.
What did I do?
But let me tell you why. It is because you have the power to see through intention. You have a superpower to where you can see when a man ain't no good. And he knows that. So you're going to attract men that are either going to ride it till the wheels fall off, or they're going to run away because they know that they're not capable of being the man that they need to be for you.
They damaged? She attract damaged goods?
No, she's telling the truth because most of the guys that I've dated pretty much was damaged.
Yeah.
Oh, they want you to fix them. I do that, but we nurses though. But
they know they'll never be. They know your greatness, and they know they'll never be able to be that man. So they'll, like I said, some will stick around and they'll ride it till the wheels fall off, but they're very insecure because they know one day you're gonna just be like, "This shit, I'm done."
Like I'm done. Yes. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm next. I already know my card.
What's your card?
So I'm January 12th. I'm room 112 where the players dwell.
January 13th.
Yeah.
You're my grandmother's birthday. You're a 2 of spades, and I'm gonna tell you, my grandmother was married for 50-something years.
Listen, I've been divorced for 3 years, going on 3 years, and I was married to a Virgo. A 5 of Darvas. No, not that one. Not that kind.
It's some Leos that ain't right.
Oops, she's a Leo.
You know, both of my exes was Leos.
She always dating a Leo. Though.
I'm always dating a Leo.
Ain't got nothing to do with the women.
Well, Miss 2 of spades.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you seeing somebody now?
I am not. I am super single.
Okay.
No,
bro. This is definitely gonna be the year where someone walks into your life.
Oh, and the love of my life.
However.
Wait, however. You said forever or however?
However, like most of the other ladies here.
Okay, so
We
for what
all
it's
got-
worth, just because in case anybody happens to be listening live to this, there's apparently an active shooter at 696 in Middle Belt. So if you're in that area, the police are recommending get your ass like inside somewhere.
On the freeway?
I need to call my son because my son is over in that area with his friends
I
right
thought
now.
he was
Just
in
saying.
Eastern Michigan.
No, he's here for a minute. He's got a meet and greet with his Greek.
Okay,
advisors.
go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Oh my
That's
God.
scary.
Sorry to interrupt, but that seemed kind of important.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Very important.
That's scary. Yeah. Okay, so I'm two a
I'll
spade.
tell you, one of the things with cardiology is we tend to be around the people or attracted to the people, even our friends, the people who are in a midst who have some of the same issues that we have. So everybody here has a Virgo problem.
Oh wow, we all got a Virgo problem. Listen.
Uh-oh.
Don't be cussing at me like that.
And our Virgo problems is we might be a little bit hypercritical on what type of mate we want.
But I feel like after I got
Like, he
divorced,
gotta be tall, he gotta be this, or he gotta be that, or he has, huh?
I said that sounds just like
I
Veronica.
did. I said if you are not over 6'3", don't
Right.
get in my inbox. I
Okay.
promise you,
So,
I'm gonna hurt
so
you.
he might be short,
Wait, say what now?
but
My man ain't short. Okay.
But let me tell you what I did. This is what I did to overcome my Virgo problem. I will look at all the men around me because I got men of all different types around me. I got brothers, I got guy friends, and I realized that I like tall men too. But I realized that I have guy friends that are probably just about my height that don't seem short to me. I don't look at them like that, but they don't seem short. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly slaying my criticism, my hypercritical. I'm trying to open myself up to the idea that maybe he's not 6'3", maybe he's not 6'2", maybe he's not 6'1", maybe he's not 6 feet.
Oh my
You know what
God.
And I do that kind of work over and over and over again because in reality, I just want somebody who's gonna love me at this point.
On some real
Who's
stuff.
gonna
Because
be fun,
them
who is
6'3"
gonna
ones,
be- yeah.
they've been full of it. Full FOS is what we
Right, I'm telling you, I have the worst luck with tall men. I love tall men, but I'm sorry, they're not commitment oriented, and they're a little bit too high maintenance.
They think they all of that.
Yes.
They do. And you're not no basketball player, boo.
Exactly.
You ain't what Lakers team did you play for? You ain't Kobe. You're not Kobe. You're not Isaiah. Even Isaiah was like 6'1", and you're not even that. Listen, I can't date nobody 5'9". I'm sorry.
You should see the look on my brother's face because he's tall.
I mean, Muggsy Bogues had some moves.
First of all, let me tell you something. Who went to Eastern Michigan? Because I went to Eastern. It was a short guy. I think he was about 5'6", and he could jump. Oh God, I can't think of his name right now. If you guys know who the Eastern Michigan grad that went to the NBA,
Tinkerbell?
no,
Nobody
Jesus.
knows. Is it a basketball player?
It's
NBA
a
player?
basketball player. He went to the NBA, and it'll come to me in a
Nobody
minute.
know who that is.
Yeah, it was like 98, 97, 98. He went to and he could jump, and he was a point guard for the EMU. I mean,
on
for
the topic of NBA, I'm trying to figure out what the NBA boycott. What's going on?
yeah, we're gonna talk about that too.
What is
But
going on?
let's finish with Aquarius though, real quick. So anything else I need to know, Aquarius?
So one of the things, like I said, you need to work on these exercises. You also probably, as a 2 of spades, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to want to do for yourself this year. You know what I mean? Business, professional-wise, and stuff like that. So I would spend a lot of time working on that and knocking that stuff out of the way because when you guys get in a marriage, y'all tend to settle all the way down. A relationship, like all the way down.
Yeah.
And your wants and desires tend to take a backseat to someone else's wants and desires.
Yeah.
So this is the time that you have. Just think about it like this. Look at the clock and be like, the clock's ticking. I got to get my dreams and goals out of the way super fast because he's on the way. And I know how I get when he gets
no
me.
way. Wait a minute. When is he coming so I can be ready?
In November.
She said by the end of the year though. I'm gonna have
That's
a,
good.
like I'm about to be 40 in January. I know I look good.
Okay, I
Can
know.
we like let's be real. There should be no expectations of like any serious relationships or
Huh?
any of that shit or anything real in 2020.
What?
Like because it's 2020.
Wait.
Like this year, like the guy that shows up that think that like you think is going to be the guy is going to turn out to be the Antichrist. Like, let's be
Wait.
like,
Oh my God.
Why would you
no.
say that?
because that's
I
That's
had
so
so much hope.
negative. I don't like the negativity up in here. It's
this
a
isn't
lot.
negativity. This is reality. Like, have you
Wow.
seen how 2020 is tracking so
Yeah,
far?
because it's
Yeah.
a whole cuss word. Like, you remember we
Oh,
said
that's
the
right, yeah.
F-bombs
Oh,
and stuff like that?
I don't even give it
What in the
2020.
what in the mother 2020
Yeah,
is going on?
I don't even give it 2020
Well,
anymore.
well, let me tell you guys, we're in a Four Hearts decade and a Four Hearts year. And the Four Hearts
That's
is a
good.
marriage and family card, right?
Yes.
It's all about settling down with real, authentic connections. So you're gonna have authentic connections come your way. You're gonna have people that are your soul family come your way. But he is
Yes.
right in a way because we're in a Mercury year, so this is not the year for you to like jump in all in and get married. This is the year for you to meet somebody and date and get to know them, etc. And things are probably gonna loosen up, be better next year in terms of actually kind of getting a little bit more serious.
Okay.
But what about with the because remember we didn't even get to the topic. The name of the topic tonight was collateral damage from the pandemic, right?
So even
But
though
we women, so it's all about love.
Yeah, it is about love, and we want to connect with everybody because we've been so isolated and so quarantined and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and it's really you really had to settle down and really analyze what's important in your life,
Right.
what you can live without and what you can't. So with all that being said, and really cleaning out your closet, getting rid of those people that no longer serve you. Why am I even friends with this person? Why do I even talk to this person? Because they make me feel bad every time I talk to them, type of stuff. So at this point, even the family that you call that are blood, you are blocking them. Like, listen, like you are mean to me,
Right.
and I almost died on the coronavirus. Like I was in the ICU. You didn't even come call and make sure I was okay. So
Yeah.
I don't, even if you're blood, I don't need you around me.
Right.
And
I
that's
did lose a lot of
okay.
friendships during this pandemic.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
That's why I said soul families. These are authentic connections. These are
Yes.
people that you have an authentic connection with, and they may not be your blood relative.
And that's okay. And it's completely okay. And that's what I want people to know. It's okay. But I know we want to wrap up because it's already 8:30. You have been on for an hour, Miss Aquarius.
Oh,
And I so appreciate her because it was so easy. Like I literally inboxed her like, "Hey girl, hey, how you doing? Like I want some of that guap. Tell me about this guap and cryptocurrency because I don't know a lot about it. And like real quick, I want you to tell us about that and then tell us how we can get in touch with you. So if we wanna like come and if somebody else that's listening tonight, they want to get a whole reading, like read my life, please. Yeah, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, you can get in touch with me on social media. Definitely on Aquarius Maximus on Instagram, where I seem to be a lot. In terms of readings, I'm about to offer on my website downloadable readings because the beautiful thing about cardology is you can find out a lot about yourself via your card. So next week I'm going to be offering downloadable readings where you find out a lot about yourself and even your children. If you want to get your children's card, you'll be able to download your children's card and get a whole reading on your children.
Wow.
MP3. Because my personal time is limited because I do spend a lot of time with WAP right now, and we're getting to the heat of this economic collapse. And yes, cryptocurrency is going to be the it. The United States is currently working on a digital currency, which will probably launch by the top of the year. Everybody will be getting more stimulus money or more payments via that digital currency, at the beginning of this year, etc. But the difference between cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is ours is decentralized. That means that we're breaking away from the centralized authority and power. They're going to be doing things with their digital currency, like tracking you and all this other stuff that a lot of people are not going to be too happy about.
Okay.
But that's not the type of thing that happens with decentralized cryptocurrency. It gives you an option, it gives you more freedom, and it also gives you an opportunity to support who you want to support with your money. You know what I mean? And figure out where you want your money to go, and also see if your money is making an impact where it's going. That's what we're working on with Blockcoin. So, cryptocurrency is definitely, it's not the future, it's the now. We're just a little bit behind. The rest of the world's already jumped on board. There's a lot of people who've already jumped on board. And unfortunately, we missed the boat on a lot of stuff out there, like Bitcoin and stuff like that. Don't let people fool you. I mean, the top of Bitcoin is the top of the dollar. The people who have the most money are the people who got the most Bitcoin. So,
Okay.
so don't let them fool you.
But people
And
lost
like,
money on that too, though.
Well, but yes, but until it vanishes, like when Mount Gox suddenly disappears with the equivalent of $400 billion.
Right. Yeah, where they vanish with money. I honestly think that, like I said, I love all people, but I do know one thing about Black folks: we make things go viral. So once we get our hands on crypto, it's a wrap. So I'm hoping that we get our hands on Blockcoin and we do this, because I think that will make a more equitable world than what's been made before us.
Okay. Listen, I know you have to run, and I want you to come back on the show because this is amazing. And like, you only broke it down just a little bit. Like, people don't even know if they follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram and your Facebook page so they can add?
And I just sent you a message. I just sent you a message. I said, hey, this is
okay.
Look,
I'll definitely
yeah, I slid up in your DM.
I to the bathroom and slid in your DM.
No,
like,
I did
right
it while I was sitting here. You know, you got to multitask. So,
yeah.
you know, I was like, hey, just saw you on this show. You know, that's how you network.
No,
you know
but she's so approachable and she's so down to earth, and I love it. And you know, I don't get along with too many Scorpios.
Now, where do you stay? What city are you in?
Yeah.
I am in Georgia. I'm actually.
I knew you was gonna say Georgia. I knew it. I would be. Listen, I would be in Georgia soon. I'm doing some work in Georgia soon, Maximus. So I'm gonna hit you up. I'm doing some work in there soon. I'm working on a project there, so I'll definitely let you know.
Where you going?
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Look, I don't know. I gotta wait for that day. You know, whatever production it is. You know. So look. No, you know what.
Listen,
you know, like she said, everything I do is all about my money now.
Thank you so much, Aquarius Maximus. We are gonna get back with you. I really appreciate it, and we will be following you on Instagram. Y'all need to be a part of her 21,000 followers because she is the truth. She was telling us about New Orleans before the hurricane even hit. She was like, "Listen, this is what y'all need to do. Okay, y'all either evacuate or do this." And she was trying to keep y'all safe, so she's really looking out for everybody. So follow her on Instagram, Aquarius Maximus. I will post her page on my Instagram page and on Facebook. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed this. I had a great time, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Drive safe. Okay, Leah, we need to go right into the entertainment news because we are so off topic. We have only about, I don't even know. Mr. Podcast Detroit, how much more time do we
24
got?
minutes.
Because we started late tonight, though.
I can make it really
because it's hot as. Do you got another show after
What's
this?
in this for me?
Listen. We talked about this.
Absolutely.
He about to be my whole podcast sugar daddy. I told him I'll work for him on Saturdays.
I mean, I'm sitting down here. I just switched to shots of gin. So what?
That's how you know.
He not a sugar. He not a sugar. He a sugar daddy to y'all. We probably not that far apart.
How old are you? Because he way from the east side.
Okay,
I told him. I said, you look like you from the east side.
I always, the way I always answer that question is I am old. I'm still young enough to start shit, old enough to have a really good attorney on retainer.
Damn.
You know what? I'm serious. This will tell my age right quick. You have a voice and you sound like Alan Almond.
Who the hell is that?
They wouldn't know him.
I know who that is.
Exactly.
I wasn't even out here when he was on.
Exactly.
Yep.
Was that 98.7?
I didn't.
Absolutely.
I didn't move out to here. I didn't move out to Detroit until March of '96. So I missed him, but I've had enough people.
Absolutely.
But I've had enough people make that comparison that I went and listened.
You sound just like him when you just talked just now.
He sound like a radio host.
You sound like a radio host.
No, I remember.
But 96, do you know where I was at? Where was you at?
Him.
Boo, where was you at in 96? Because she from 1990.
8th grade.
Yeah, where was you at? Where was you
at?
at? But where was you at in 96 though?
How old are you?
You was like 6?
I was somewhere running around.
Okay, you was in these streets.
I've been in these streets.
You east side or west side? What set you claiming?
So I'm from Midtown.
What? Say what
the
now?
New Center area.
No.
I'm from the New Center area.
No, that's not. We don't claim that.
That's what I call it now.
what? But you know
It's
what?
a new scenario.
But you know
That's
what?
different.
Let me tell you this.
Are you serious?
Yeah. New
Detroit
scenario.
Detroit has
What
a
school did you go to?
Yeah.
I went to
That's
hold
your
on.
boo. That's her boo.
Hold on.
No, it's my baby daddy.
Now you know I'm going back. Look,
It's
I'm
my
going.
baby daddy
I'm going back
calling.
to radio host. We need to turn your phone off right quick.
Okay.
Look. Veronica always said when you're on my show, I'll be like, turn your phone off. No,
She always say, if you don't turn your phone off, I will cut your mic off.
That's just my baby daddy.
That's just my baby
but you know what?
daddy.
And
Who that
you know what?
is?
You know what? People always say. I will say this. I grew up in Detroit, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud. Doesn't matter where I move at, because Detroit has a reputation of being harsh, of being tough, is being a murder
But we
capital.
are though.
But at the same
I
time,
have a phenomenal story about that.
yeah, people fear you at the same time.
Fear?
They fear. Yes, they do.
When
okay.
when
I'm
you
gonna
say
tell
you
you.
from Detroit,
I'm gonna tell you why they fear you.
She from the west side.
what
West
side? Like
side.
Dexter, Linwood,
Nah,
West Side, or-
Mumford.
6 Mile and Schaefer, like the Mercury. L. George's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Babe,
got
Babe,
to fight at
6
L.
Mile,
George's.
Teresa's. You know,
George's is the shit.
Juanita's. So what I'm saying
I got
is like
into a fight in that
exactly
parking
6
lot.
Mile and Schaefer. So when you
Mhm.
say
You
like,
fight?
yeah.
Oh, I was fighting the guy.
She's such a Gemini dog.
But
Like,
look,
she-
I was fighting my ex at the
let me
L. George's.
let me
You
tell-
remember?
let
Don't
me
you
tell you
remember?
something. I almost fought today.
When I bust that lip.
Yeah. I seriously, today we was at Home Goods.
That's so ghetto.
And I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm not one to fight. I'll tell you this much.
Yes, she will.
Too old to fight. Too classy to even be.
She'll break
what
a
I'm saying?
window.
But at the same time,
Don't get it
you gotta-
twisted.
Nah.
so today I was in Home Goods parking lot, and somebody backed up, and they were just backing up and almost tore the whole back of my Jeep up. And my husband was just he was just banging on the horn. I said, "Why aren't you just pulling up?" He's like, "I was trying to bang a horn." I said, "Rhoda, why my whole attitude of 6 Mile and Schaefer came out. I said, "Roll the window down." And my daughter was like, "Mommy." I said, "Pull up on her." And Stan was like, "Baby, calm down." It comes back. But what I'll say is that when I say that people fear you, when you come from a city that has a title of being a murder capital and stuff like that,
Murder capital of the world.
people, Detroit,
That is not okay.
it is a lot of crime here, and I will say that. But I love
It
my
is
city.
though.
I don't see it.
absolutely-
I don't see it as much as other cities though.
You know why?
I don't
Because
see it.
but that's what they portray.
What
Right.
you watch?
So
What
I
you
would
watching?
I would
Law
never
and
down-
Order.
But I love.
I lived in D.C. before I moved out
And
here.
DC
Okay,
is
DC
bad.
Detroit
is
has
bad as hell.
Detroit has nothing.
No, and even
Right.
not only that,
Chicago.
not even that.
It's horrible in
Chicago. Let me tell you,
Chicago.
I was in
Chicago's
Chicago
bad.
filming.
Chicago horrible.
I was in Chicago filming with my daughter. I was walking. You know where the water tower is?
Yeah.
I was right downstairs the water tower. A guy ran right out. He was grabbing some stuff, stole everything. They put guns out on him and everything. We was all the set was
gangster.
down there. Yes, we were all down there.
They
We was like, "What
gangster.
is going on?" We walked right past and went upstairs to the top to go eat. You
They
know.
gangsters.
But I'm gonna say that when you from Detroit, women have a certain, just like East Side, West Side, they fear you a little bit. You know, what I mean? They feel like you come from a tough city. You ain't that soft. That's a good thing.
So
sometimes.
I flew back for my
Yeah.
20th high school reunion, and I flew into Logan.
What high school you went to?
Wait a minute.
oh,
What
I was-
year did you graduate?
I lived in New Hampshire
You
when I
must have
graduated
graduated. You
high
graduated
school.
'92.
Yeah.
I knew it.
So we
Because
because we already talked about age.
Because he said he 46 and
So-
I graduated
Oh,
91.
okay.
So I flew into Logan, and knew I wasn't running a car for the weekend because I knew I was going to be drunk all weekend.
Damn.
So I catch an Uber.
He's
And
so
the
real.
Uber driver picks me up and he's like, "What are you back for?" I'm like, "Oh, my high school reunion." He's like, "Oh, where'd you fly in from?" And I was like, "Detroit." Uber driver in Boston, Massachusetts, literally pulls the car over to the side of the highway and he's like, "Are you packing?"
Packing.
I
Are you
told
on
you.
that plane?
I
I'm like,
told you.
Do I look like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix? Motherfucker? No. Yeah. I made it. Yeah, I made it through the TS. I made it through the TSA screening with my twin Tech 9s strapped in my. Yeah. I'm carrying like 37 guns on me right now.
Okay, so speaking
But
of guns,
I told you, that's how they portray you.
Yeah.
but
They
listen,
do.
let's go right into this guns. Like, we need to really talk about this Black Lives Matter. Like, for real. What's old dude?
Oh, entertainment. Just one thing. Hey, I just,
Oh, yeah.
I got 2 minutes. I had 15.
Please.
But we
You
gonna
came
go-
in late.
Yeah, I came in late, but it's all good.
Look
Late
who's
sometimes.
talking.
Late,
See,
I know you ain't talking.
Are we
I
gonna
was
go
here
there?
at 7 o'clock.
You know what?
Ma'am, on the
Flipper,
dot.
you didn't even show up last
Okay,
week.
you know, all right.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just say. Let me just give you a little something. Sometimes the late is the best bait. So
Corny.
no, it ain't corny, but it's true as I don't know what. Let me just say, hey, I'm gonna just go to
Let's go.
entertainment real quick.
Yes, come on, Leah.
Hey,
live.
this your girl, Princess Leah.
Princess Leah from
Princess
9,
Leah
10
from
a.m.
AM 910.
Hey.
Hey, we got a lot of entertainment going on this week. We're gonna
lot.
touch on just a little bit.
Mhm.
I don't know. We're
touching on?
not gonna discuss it, but what is going on with Sweetie Pie Show?
Oh shit.
Sweetie
No,
Pie
you did it.
Show.
So here's the thing. I went to school with somebody.
Who?
EMU. I can't name no names.
No. It's because on the one thing about when you're on the radio,
Okay, what's
the
Sweetie
thing
Pie?
about radio is that you can tell the story, but you don't never tell the name.
What's Sweetie
Yeah.
Pie? What's Sweetie
Okay,
Pie
so
show?
Sweetie Pie
Okay,
was, I believe,
you know what?
was
Look,
on Oxygen.
no, you know about the black. That mean you don't have all the way cable. You can have.
Oops.
That mean
No,
that mean you ain't got own.
I don't. I got Fire Stick.
I knew you had a
Okay,
Fire
so
Stick.
now this is an old show. So back in the day,
Yeah,
there was
Sweetie
this
Pie.
there's this
The mother-
restaurant,
grandmother.
I believe in Atlanta.
Right,
Her
right.
name is Sweetie Pie, and she's the mother.
Mhm.
So
What?
the
You never seen it?
son, his name is Timothy.
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 Norman.
My
Is it Timothy
son's
Norman?
name.
Oh, we
Uh-oh.
Oh.
train
Okay.
killer.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Damn.
So her son. Okay, so there's Timothy, and then
There's a nephew,
his-
the brother.
there's a nephew and a brother. So the brother was killed off of gun violence, right? So the
Yes.
brother, who is the uncle of the son
Yes.
of the father who was killed, I guess took over his care.
Mhm.
And what ended up happening is he put a hit on his nephew.
What happened was that he turned around
Yeah.
and he got a $450,000 policy
Yeah.
on his nephew. So the father died, and which is so ironic to me, and it's so disappointing to me, is that and this is real talk. I can't believe that what we're going through right now,
In a pandemic.
in a pandemic,
Yep.
not only the pandemic. I'm gonna go all the way back. I have to bring up, racism, everything that's going on, because that's what's going on in this entire world right now.
For sure.
So we can't deny it.
Yep.
We can't deny the fact that there's a lot of young black men being shot innocently in the back. You know what I mean? So we have to bring all these things up because
seven times. Say his
seven times
name.
because it's real.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Jacob. What's
So
his name?
we can't. Jason,
Jacob Blake.
And were it not, and here's my whole thing, and I said this about George Floyd, and I'll say it about every one of these issues that comes up. This is like, as much as I hate to put it in this context and say it, that's the one good thing about
that?
this pandemic,
What's that?
is that if it were not for us all being locked down and being stuck at home and not having anything to do and
Wouldn't
not,
pay attention.
those incidents would have been another flash in the pan. They would have been another name and another gone by the wayside, and it wouldn't have become the movement that it is now with the attention that it has now. I truly believe that.
I think that, and I agree and I disagree.
Mhm.
I think it's never going to get the attention that it needs to get, and I'm upset of the fact that we have a president that want to draw his attention and they want to tweet all night about kneeling down, about he want to send money all over to Beirut. Don't want to address unemployment. What is the whole thing that's going on
This
with the bomb?
unemployment.
Yeah, don't want to address unemployment. Never address George Floyd. Never address the racism that's going on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So to
Because
me,
he's racist.
You understand why, right?
absolutely. So what I'm
Why
saying
you
is that,
think?
yeah,
No, I've
absolutely.
said this a million times. So in 2016, the Democrats lost the election because they refused to appeal to the base that they're ashamed of, which is the blue collar worker.
Mhm.
And they tried to go intellectual, super elite, and that cost them. The Republicans won the 2016 election because they embraced and engaged the base that embarrasses them, the racist, redneck, dog whistling
Right.
people. That's their base that have become more
the
and more.
trash.
No, that
right.
more. See, and I don't. That have been, dude. I know like a lot of racists that live in like McMansions in the suburbs. Like
Not a McMansion. What the hell is that?
A smaller mansion.
no, it's the the
Oh.
$400,000 house on top of each other in the suburbs. Like those, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, so like, and over the last 4 years, they've become more empowered and more emboldened.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's
they
why-
definitely feel more.
That's why
united.
I love, dude. I love having these conversations. Like to your point earlier about unfriending people, dude. I've unfriended family. I've unfriended longtime
Period.
friends
You got
Yeah.
to.
over this shit
I
because
gotta have you on my show. But you know what? That's true. I'm gonna say something because you just like you said, you unfriend a lot of people. And Facebook during the pandemic, you realize where a lot of people stand.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
most
do.
definitely.
You
yeah.
realize Facebook lets you now. Instagram is about everybody looking at pictures and showing off everything.
Yeah.
Facebook is where you voice your opinion.
Yeah.
And you realize where people really are a little bit. You
Yep.
know, Instagram, you don't voice your opinion like that. But people wake up in the morning and they voice where they are, where they come from.
And
You
they
burnt the
don't
post,
care
they
about
wanna-
nobody
they don't
else's
care.
feelings.
Yeah.
You know, so during the pandemic, I know it was a lot. Facebook has way more racism than Instagram.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. So I think that
well, I mean, Instagram used to be about like food pictures. That's all it was.
Instagram is more of
And
what's
now
going
it's
on.
A product. You were selling
No,
something.
Instagram is more what's going on in the last 24 hours, 3 days. Facebook, you could pull something up that happened 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I
But
think
the
that
internet is like that.
the internet is like
nothing
that.
disappears
So I think
anymore.
that to me, what's going on right now, and what's going on with the, like you said, with the culture, and what's going on with the Republicans. I watched the whole thing. I'm really into politics. So I watched, Trump. I watched last week with Kamala, Joe Biden, and I feel that Michigan, we're not we're not understanding. And I don't just want to say Michigan, the world. What happened to Jason Blake this week, it was really, really serious. So to see that, to watch the campaign this week and see the president not even address it in any type of way. Now, this is the second time now.
Okay, so let me.
Second time now, because George Floyd happened. He never addressed it.
George Floyd is one thing. Let me play
George
devil's
Floyd,
advocate.
no,
Let
but
me play
actually,
devil's
but George
advocate
Floyd
with
is the
Blake.
same thing.
Let me play devil's advocate with Blake.
Please do.
That situation is still evolving. There is now a second video that has come out
Huh?
that shows a completely different side
From
of that
who?
story.
Who?
From somebody that was in the front yard video. So the first cell phone video was somebody that was across the street and
Yeah.
videoed.
Him walking around the car.
Did not get the preamble and everything that was going on before.
Okay.
The second video that has now come out shows him fighting with the police, pulling out a knife, everybody yelling at him to put the knife down, and then going to the car. And don't get me wrong, I am
Now
not.
that has to be.
I
Now
want,
that has to be added because.
hold on.
Please do.
Let me get my disclaimer out.
Oh, no.
I am in no way, shape, or form saying that having a knife on you gets you
Justified,
shot
right.
7 times in the back.
Ever.
That I will never say that.
Especially when you
No,
walking
the
away.
No,
But-
hold on. The reason why,
the thing
because there was,
about
But I
it
w-
is-
because
but I
there was
will
a white
say-
man with a gun walking through this week.
Oh,
And they
So that
did
look-
And
nothing.
nothing happened.
They
So
did
let me
nothing.
tell
Not
you this.
a, he's not a man.
Oh,
He's
so
17
no,
years
He was
so-
a
old.
17-year-old.
So let's talk about that.
That's
let's talk
illegal.
about that.
That's a man.
No.
Is it?
No.
So let's be
So
real.
let's talk about that. So a 17-year-old is allowed where he lived in Kentucky.
He crossed state lines
to-
with a gun.
but-
That's illegal.
that's-
Not even
They
just a
walked
gun,
past him.
a rifle.
Right.
His
Absolutely.
mama dropped him off.
Yes.
Yep.
He was wrong in every way, fashion. And anybody else that was coming at him, and whether he felt like he was protecting himself, they were fighting him with their fist.
Right.
They didn't pull a gun on him.
Didn't
Well-
never put a
Nobody
gun.
But the
ever
thing
pulled a
about-
gun on him.
and the
There's
Wisconsin-
no justification for what
But the
he
thing
did.
Well, no, and the
about that,
Wisconsin-
And he walked past the police. The police, if he was black,
That's the part
he
that
would have
bothers
shot
me.
Right.
7 times in the back.
Exactly.
Period.
So that's the
That's-
part that
He-
bothers me as well because because I'm a CPO holder and anytime I feel like my life is in danger, then I'm allowed to draw my weapon. You know what I'm saying? So I
one
get
too.
that part.
Listen,
I
I'm
get that
one
part.
too,
So
and
the
I have
part
one.
that I don't understand is the fact that he did this and the police just rolled past.
They
No,
kept
no.
rolling. He could have
Hold on,
got
hold on.
away.
No. He walked up to the police cars, and this is the video that bothers me the most. He walked up to the police
With
cars,
hands up.
and you can see the look on his face change when he went, "I'm about to surrender. Oh shit, that's a bad idea," and then kept walking while the crowd is screaming
He's the
at
one
the
who's
cops
the shooter.
that he's the active shooter.
Yes. Yes.
And I get
But
that.
here's a plot twist, and I'm sorry to cut you off. The plot twist is the 2 people that died were white. He's Caucasian. He shot 2 white
Absolutely.
people and a Black Lives Matter. So I'm really interested in how this plays out. How you protecting him? Everybody's like, oh, it's self-defense. Self-defense against who?
Oh no, he's already been charged with
7
first-degree
days.
murder.
Okay, charge and being convicted is 2 different
Well,
things.
and so this is where
We all know that.
No, and this is where it gets weird because I said the same thing about the George Floyd situation. It is super hard to convict for first-degree murder.
Nah,
It's super
it's
hard.
not.
No, it's
It's
super
not.
hard
I
to
don't believe
convict
that.
a white man.
period.
Exactly.
Now, hold on. Let me say this now.
That's not.
I'm gonna tell you.
But here's the thing. Can I say one thing
Yeah,
real
I
quick?
want to say something.
Real quick. With the George Floyd, there was more information that just came out with the whole case. They just said that he died from OD. And we are
Okay.
nurses. We
Now
gonna
he OD.
he OD'd on fentanyl.
He OD'd
See-
from a knee to the neck.
No,
Oh, okay.
fentanyl,
Oh,
which is an opioid,
I
right?
can't.
Too much
So a
meat
lot
to
of
the neck.
us, and as she and nurse, I'll give this to Nurse Shar because a lot of older
They might as well have
clients-
said that he died of COVID. Kiss my ass.
Right.
Like,
And they
that's-
did at first. They
that's-
did say he was COVID positive before all of this. So they put that out there as reasonable doubt, right?
So
so
if you jump off a building and I shoot you
And you
On
have
the way down.
COVID, you died of COVID.
and you land in a pool and drown,
You had COVID.
what's your cause of death?
COVID.
I want to bring.
Pretty much.
But you know
So
what?
here's the thing. So the thing was, they said he had COVID-19. He said it on the film when you saw them being arrested.
He had COVID-19 a month and a half before that.
Yes, and he survived. He was a COVID-19 survivor. So and then they said he had meth in his system, and now he had fentanyl. So if he would have went home, he would have died in his sleep from being overdosed. Now here's the thing about
I can't
fentanyl.
see him having meth because most African Americans don't have meth in their system.
Period. So
if I shoot a guy,
fentanyl is a patch.
I shoot a fat dude. If I shoot a fat dude that's about to have a heart attack, that doesn't mean that his cause of death was a heart attack.
No, Ronnie, I got to say this. Let me tell you something. What bothers me is that the fact, I'm not going to even use George Floyd because this just didn't happen during the pandemic. I'm going to go all the way back to the movie shooting. The young man that shut up the theater way back about 2-3 years ago, correct? Shut up the theater, right?
Oh, the Joker dude?
Exactly.
Oh, God, that's like 6 years ago now.
Exactly.
In Detroit?
No.
Colorado.
He shut up the theater. When he left the theater, now mind you, he had killed I don't know how many people.
Oh, let's go to the. Don't go back that far. Go to the church shooter.
I'm not going. I'm gonna go to this one because this one. Hold on, this is a little different.
Because they took this kid's ass to Burger King.
That's
no.
That's the church shooter. That's not the movie theater shooter. That's the church. Yeah.
Took him to Burger King. Let him get something to eat.
Are you serious?
They took him to Burger King.
For real.
Let him get something to eat, and then they said,
we're
not going to show his face because we don't want everybody to we don't want to get him attention.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. You didn't show his face. See, that's why I have a problem. When it comes to now, no offense to you, you know what I mean? Because I know you've been very real with us. So
very real, because he's from Boston.
Yeah,
he eats
Boston
baked
I have to voice
beans.
my opinion because that's what I do.
It takes a lot. Say what you want to say, dude. I take no offense to shit.
Okay, thank you. I know you can handle it.
Dude, there's a lot of fucked up white people out here on the planet, and they don't
look,
apply to me.
It's all good.
I own my shit.
Okay, that's good. Look, I already know you've been out there on 3 drinks. You good?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that when I say this, no offense, because I know a lot of people follow me. I'm saying that because when they say that, okay, the other day, a young girl was drunk and ran into a couple of people, right? I always follow social media because that's what we do as radio hosts. We follow Crime in the D. We look at the comments. They did not want to show her face.
Who?
Yeah.
What's who? Who are you talking about?
There was a young lady that was drunk. So I went on social media and they was like, show her face. They didn't want to show it because she was Caucasian. You know what I mean?
So they never show Caucasians.
No. So what I'm saying is that I noticed that sometimes they don't show Caucasian people on TV and stuff like that. But when you say they took them to Burger King, now
that's
mind you, yes, absolutely. Now mind you, he had already killed these people. They took him to Burger King, right? Am I correct? Now, when they had the killing in Vegas, and then they said they thought it was an African American in the parking deck, right? Did they not shoot a bomb, an explosive in it, and kill him before he even came out?
Oh.
There was no evidence. There was no nothing. His mother said he didn't do it. They heard that he was like a suspect.
What his mama got to do with anything?
Because that's how everybody mama do. When it comes to African Americans, they're always about the mama. But when it comes to Caucasians, they don't talk.
No, they mamas be on TV pleading their case.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because let me give you an example.
All right, so
George Floyd. Have you
two different things.
Have you seen any of his family members on TV?
Okay, so I saw his baby mama.
Yes, I have. And so
let's on CNN or just on social media?
No, so let's be clear.
On CNN.
So
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about CNN.
The guy. Hold on.
I'm talking CNN.
You got it.
The guy you're talking about that was in the parking garage,
exactly,
that they lit up with the robot.
Yeah.
That was in Metro DC. That wasn't Vegas.
No, that was Vegas.
No. The Vegas shooter was the guy that holed up in the hotel.
No, he held up in the hotel, but they felt like he wasn't one, so they end up coming back and saying that they thought that the guy in DC. Tell me what the guy in DC. What they thought he did.
So that was.
I don't know.
Because they thought he was a shooter.
So that was a multiple shooting situation.
Right, exactly.
And he holed up in the parking garage, and they didn't want to risk. And I get it.
They sent a robot in there.
Yeah, with the bomb on it, and
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some other things to talk about real quick. I want to touch on a couple of other things. So we had the NBA boycott, which was in response to the Black Lives
Ken Smith.
Matter. I'm really proud of like LeBron James. I'm more proud. I think Portland, was it Portland that started the whole thing?
No,
They didn't,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Was it Mo-
It
the
was
Bucks?
It was Milwaukee started, and then Orlando picked up. That's what Ken Smith
Okay,
said today.
so Milwaukee.
Milwaukee just walked off the court.
They
Didn't
walked-
come out.
They
yeah.
never
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah.
They
Yep,
was
'cause they was
in.
only a
Well,
few
no, they
miles
came out
away.
for warm-ups.
Right.
Oh, did
And
they?
then
Right.
didn't come back out
They never
for
came
yeah.
out.
They stayed in the
Right.
locker room. Yeah.
Right.
But I think this
And
is a
then
little.
everybody else kind of picked up after.
Do y'all
that.
think this is a little strategic because this was everybody was in Game 5, right? So when the response to Milwaukee, like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. Nobody told us. Orlando was like, okay, then
Okay,
we
there
don't
were
have to.
3
Mhm.
Game 5s that all got shut
LA,
down.
and you know,
Yep.
I got my Lakers shirt on. You know, I'm
But
team
no, but
LeBron
I heard,
all day.
I heard Ken Smith say today. I watched his interview today.
Mhm.
Ken Smith said nobody knew.
Nobody.
He said, so
knew.
what happened was one team walked off, and then they heard it, they heard it through through text. And then the next team walked off. So it wasn't planned. It wasn't like a planned thing. He was
They
like,
just got all
no,
mad, like I'm not playing today.
One team stood up, and then the next team heard, oh man, on social media, the next team stood up, and then they stood up after that.
But it's
it wasn't
always a
planned.
domino effect. You
And
know?
that's what made Ken
Did you-
Smith.
Did you guys see?
He was tearful. Was
Doc-
that the coach?
Doc. What's his last name?
The African American guy.
yeah,
I love
the
him. I
Clippers
love him.
coach.
Yeah, I
Clippers
love
coach.
him. He's so
When
y'all
sweet.
so
Man.
y'all such athletics.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
I'm just
I love
loving
Doc.
this.
Oh God,
like,
I
y'all-
can't think of it.
What's his
But
last
I
name?
love
Let
him.
me
He's
see.
so
Doc
because
Rivers.
when
Doc
Kobe,
Rivers.
when
Reed.
Kobe died, he couldn't even talk.
Yeah.
But I agree. Ken Smith said
Yeah.
Ken Smith apologized to Ernie
Uh-huh.
because him and Ernie always been on the show. So when he walked off, Ernie said, "I respect that."
For
Ken
sure.
Smith, Ken Smith walked off because he had to stand up for everybody else.
Right.
So it wasn't like they had planned. He said he didn't plan it. He got a text, he heard about it, and he just stood up for everybody else. And then the next team heard it, and they heard it, and then they just
I
followed
love it.
suit.
I love it.
Yeah.
They followed
So
suit.
shout out to my girl Adrian. We used to play basketball at Word of
Oh
Faith.
God, you didn't play.
Listen,
You didn't
Play
did
basketball.
everything.
You didn't
Ran
roll.
track and
You didn't jumped out the plane. You
Yeah.
didn't flew a helicopter.
you went.
No, I
You
never.
went
Man.
skydiving?
You know what?
Never.
You like
I'm
you
not that-
like Gordon
Oh.
Ramsay.
Who?
You don't know who Gordon Ramsay is?
Nah, I
The
ain't-
cook.
He
Like
done
who?
everything.
Let's say what now? Okay, so last time, like, let me go back a little bit because I was on Leah's show remember when Kobe died. So Kobe died.
That
and
was a very hard show for me. And
it was in January,
Yeah, it
right?
was, yeah.
And so like the next day I was on Leah's show and I was like, I gotta make this hype.
Yeah.
So I was like,
And you know what?
You
please
the
don't get me
Sarnetta?
hype.
No.
Write my
Oh.
name in
But you know,
ice.
I will
Hey,
say
you
that
wanna-
Veronica.
I raised my
I would
price.
never forget that.
I can't rap.
Yeah, you did. I would never forget Veronica. I would never forget. I remember us coming on that show.
I'm a boss.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I got in the car with my husband, and I have to
was
say,
like,
Veronica made a big impact
yeah,
because my husband is a huge Kobe fan.
Oh.
he had
We
his
had-
jersey on and
We had just
everything,
came back
right?
from LA. We had saw all this stuff because had been staying there in
Yeah.
LA, and so we were at the table going over our show.
They was so
Mhm.
people was about
Yes.
to everybody
Yes.
and low key. Let me be honest, I was crying. I was in tears.
No.
And I'm not even a super Kobe fan like that because
yes,
Kobe,
no.
you either loved him 100%
I
or you
wasn't-
hated Kobe because
Yes,
I'm a
yes.
bad boy.
No.
I'm a bad boy
I'm a
for
ba-
life.
I'm like
Oh.
Ronnie.
and I'm a
Yes, you
team
go.
LeBron all
No,
day.
hold on.
So you're
You look
either
like a LeBron
you're
fan.
either LeBron
You
or
look like
you're
a
either.
LeBron
Okay,
fan.
so let me say this. My
Excuse
husband,
me, I'm a Capricorn,
on,
so is he?
my
Mhm.
husband is from
And you-
Akron, Ohio.
Really?
His
Oh, there it
family
is.
know
should be a
LeBron, and they're very
LeBron.
close to LeBron.
He should be a LeBron
So, but
fan.
my husband is a Kobe fan.
Wow.
So we were sitting at the table getting ready for the show. And you
Mhm.
know how serious my husband is.
It's like a family member
He
died,
sat there.
right?
I can remember to this day. He was on the show. He was looking at stuff. And he said, "Leah, let me get this stuff together." And all of a sudden, he said, "Hold on." And I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Hold on, Leah." I said, "You know how he is." I said, "Babe, what's going
He's
on?"
so
He said, "I said,
aggressive.
hold on." I said, he said some crazy news just came back because being in entertainment, you get like emails.
Yeah.
He said somebody just said Kobe is dead.
Oh my god.
I said, hold on. I said, let me check my sources.
So
So, you know,
she said, "Let me
So
check
he would- he
my
would
check my
sources."
sources.
Yeah, so he checked his, I checked mine because I'm thinking like mine is big, you know. I checked mine and I looked at him and I looked dead at him and I said, "Babe," I said, "They said it's for real."
I thought it was a joke.
He dropped his phone and he sat back. He looked at me like this. We went to the TV and we saw it. And that's the first, me and are real tough.
Super
That's
tough.
the first time I saw my husband look like
Let
he
me
shed
tell
tears.
you, when I
He
see
was looking
dude
at TV
cry,
like-
Wow.
He was looking at the TV. He was sick.
it broke my heart.
We had to do that show, and Veronica came. It was so
I came
heavy.
in so hyped, like, hey, what's up,
No,
y'all?
none of us
They
wanted to
was
say
like,
nothing.
this is how,
The
like,
men,
it was.
yeah, you did. You made
it
it
was-
big. You helped a lot.
It was like
because
I walked
you
to a
did.
funeral. Like, remember, old girl?
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
like, I am the white mamba. So
No,
and the
yeah,
funeral
Veronica
had
made
just
it big. Yeah, you did.
happened. And I
Oh.
couldn't even watch it. I was at work. So the funeral and the memorial, you know how they did Michael
Right,
Jackson. It was
yeah.
like all day. Aretha was all day. But Kobe was like, you went to the hospital and was like, oh my God, like everybody, Jesus Christ done died. Like
Yeah,
it was so heavy, and I didn't want
It was.
everybody to be sad. So like
Yeah.
I was trying not to watch
you-
social media.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And
it
so
was
when
just
I
so-
came
I
in,
cried-
I was
I
like, what the fuck? What's
Yeah,
wrong
it was
with
sad.
y'all?
I cried for days.
I was like, that's a nice
It
Kobe
was.
jersey,
It was.
you know? And so
Yeah.
I was on a whole nother
You
level.
was, you was.
So I was like, what y'all mad? Okay, so in Africa, this is why. So for me, like, you know, my father had passed, and so it was different. So I had two funerals.
What year?
He died in that flood that we had in 2014.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, remember we had that flood in the
Yep.
696 was a
Yeah.
whole swimming
Here-
pool.
oh yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
that was very sad. So like I'm a little triggered. Like today we had a whole swimming pool on 96. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I might need to go home.
Mhm.
It's a trigger for me. But so anyway, so I came in and I didn't want everybody to be sad. Like the social media was sad. So I just turned everything off and I
Yeah.
was like, listen, we're gonna have a good time because every time I come on your show, you know I get hype. I
Oh,
can
my
be
God,
me.
yeah.
I could just be me.
You know what I love
It's-
about the the difference between a podcast and a radio show. A podcast, you can just be real.
And you can cuss.
A radio show, you're censored because we're on
Oh,
the radio.
right,
Yeah.
In a radio show, there's no cussing, so you have to be very censored.
And you
So
can
I
you have
definitely
you
couldn't
got
be on your show.
You're in
sponsors.
segments, you know what I mean?
So you telling me
yeah.
that I definitely couldn't be in your show?
You gotta not at
Yeah,
all,
but
honey.
when you're on the radio, it's
no.
different. We got,
Okay.
you know, our segments is every
Mhm.
Potty mouth.
23 minutes. You know what I mean? You got the
Oh,
board
right,
operator,
okay.
so it's a little different. You know what I
It's
mean?
very
Okay.
structured.
Very
It's like
structured.
okay, we gotta go
Yeah, it is.
commercial,
It's very
Oh, no,
and then
I
you
don't
gotta
know
you
structure
gotta
like
keep in mind who's your sponsor.
And shout out,
Like,
you know, I'm gonna give a shout out
Go
because
ahead,
this
boo.
week I gotta give a shout out. This week we merged with iHeartRadio.
okay.
So now I'm on
Okay.
iHeartRadio and I'm on
Yeah.
AM 19.
Doing big
and that's
things.
producing TV
I
shows.
love
So
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
you'll
happy.
see it sometime coming up in
You
October.
famous.
No.
Yeah.
No,
You
I'm
said
I'm
no.
doing like a pandemic thing with the kids, so I'm producing a show. But
Yes,
you know, it'll
we're
come
gonna
up
have
with-
our babies on
no,
the show.
actually, yeah, absolutely.
You can
I'm
bring
ready.
your son if you want.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
need
I'm gonna-
all the
yeah.
like, especially they're gonna be like our on
I'm gonna,
air
yeah, I'm producing a show
reporters
for kids. Yeah.
from the
Aw,
school.
yeah.
My
you know?
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So
zoom
if
them
you're in the
in.
area, I'm gonna, you know, I got some people that I'm producing. And I want to do like a pandemic thing. You know, it's 2020.
Yeah.
You know, and I gotta give a shout out to I Am Genius who just texted me just before I came here to do mothers with children graduating 2020. They're doing a whole show and testimony. 2020. And I gotta give a shout out to my girl Veronica. I know she's always on my show, but I don't believe in going on nobody else's show without giving props out to them.
Oh,
You know, this is my girl all day long. I love her.
that's my boo.
She was my neighbor. She's my friend. She's my sister.
Oh,
But I'm so proud of her. Her show has come. It's
a
just
long
amazing.
way.
It's amazing. And I
Yeah.
see so many more things for her, so many
Yeah.
more shows and everything like that. So I
appreciate
just want to
that.
say, Ronnie, I love you. I always support.
Aw.
She could call me. I text her sometimes. She told me the other day, she was like, Leah, I was banging at your door for like an hour. I was like, oh, I was laying on the couch. But I love Ronnie all
does.
day. That's my sister all day long. We get up in the morning, we
Yeah.
just start texting. She send me stuff all night long. Ronnie, you got so much stuff coming.
Thank you.
So many blessings coming for you. Your show is
Thank
great.
you. Thank
But
you.
I want to say this before we leave out.
Yeah.
When it came back to the what he was talking about,
Mhm.
you know, Black Lives Matter, and we have to be careful. You know, we want to be mindful of what's going on.
Yeah,
This world has changed.
Yeah.
The norm that we knew before is not the same.
it's not.
So we have to watch our children. We have to watch ourselves. We have to save our money. You know what I mean? We want to
Yes.
enjoy this luxurious life with unemployment, everything else is going on.
I wish I
But
was
we
just on
don't know what's
unemployment.
happening.
How in the
soon.
hell did Foot Locker have a record quarter?
Because everybody got to be fresh to death with their
Re-
Jordans.
I'm telling
though.
you,
Wait a
that's the
minute.
unemployment.
When I step out, I got to be good. I got to look good.
Listen. I personally know people who was getting unemployment and.
Let me tell you, what did you buy that was a big purchase? Let me tell you what I bought. I bought a whole
What?
rower. I bought a rowing machine.
Oh what?
That
And
was
she
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you've been going. Oh.
So we're gonna
I'm
go roll and
So
we're gonna roll.
So you bought a clothes hanger. Cool.
No.
No, she want me to go to Detroit River, and I'm about to sell my boat. Actually,
No.
for
She
sale.
said a rowing
Inbox
machine.
me. I'm selling
She didn't
it.
say she bought a
How much you
kayak.
selling? I
Not
can't
a
afford it.
kayak,
Maybe
but I
ain't
have
know.
like
You know I
a
got some
erg.
to
A
do.
erg. It was a water rower. I don't
It's
like
gonna
it.
be
I want the
just
concept
in the boat.
too. So I was a college rower.
Girl, you know I've been
People
to
don't know
tours.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
So
daughter
I
just
bought a
been to tours.
rower and I was like,
Go get on the boat.
I gotta get back in
You wanna get a
shape.
boat?
This was like
on
the
the boat.
best workout ever that I've ever had. Like I've been
I
the
live on the
best
lake.
shape of my life. I ran track in college at EMU.
Did
Shout out to EMU track. Yeah, I did it for 3 years.
You know them Kenya,
Listen,
right?
Yeah, I'm Kenyan, but I'm a
It's
sprinter.
Jen.
Don't
What were
look
you
at me
expecting?
and don't judge me because Kenyans
Soon
run.
you said soon you said
I
trip,
don't
just
run
looked,
long
ooh.
distance, damn it.
Oh.
Okay? Don't even do that. I ain't no, and they like toothpicks. They about this big. And there's a certain tribe that does that, and they are on the side of Mount Kilimanjaro. There's no oxygen up there.
Nobody said Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro, I
Yes,
said what I
me and my
said.
brother said it. I love it.
Kilimanjaro.
Ain't no oxygen.
I'm from, we have a couple of houses in Africa and in Kenya
Oh, a few.
near Kilimanjaro, and I tried to run. I thought I was that deal. Okay, so I'm in my 3rd year of track at Eastern, and I'm like, I'm gonna go do a semester. Even in my master's, I did a semester in Kenya at a hospital because I wanted to make sure the medicine was the same. Because I'm gonna build a whole hospital over there. Listen, I got big dreams. That's what she told me. Remember what the astrologer told me? She said you got to dream big. You got some things you got to do. I got money to be made.
If you the top in your camp, then you're in the wrong camp.
Listen, honey, listen.
You know what I
You
mean?
on the radio. I ain't at the top of my camp.
No, you good. That's what I'm saying. You good.
Thank you.
You good. You doing things.
You wonderful. I'm having fun. At the end of the day, I'm having fun. This has all been fun, and we didn't even follow none of the schedule that
You're doing a great.
You know,
Ronnie,
never
stop.
We never
Ronnie, you're doing a great job. I'm gonna sit all day long. And Shari, y'all doing a great job.
Yeah, you know, only person that's
look at her
missing.
lash. Do it again, Ron. Look at
You tell something new to
Sherry,
me.
do it again. Sherry, do it again.
Shorty, do it again. Please don't give me hate. Write my name in
You know it's something new to me.
Girl, I love
We didn't even sing tonight. We didn't even sing. You know, we all okay. Wait a minute. Who y'all got in the verses battle?
You saw my story.
Wait,
who is singing on my story?
Wait, who you got? Okay, you got. Okay. Hey. Go ahead.
You saw me singing on my. You saw me singing until the door. You saw me. No, Ronnie said
That's not my song.
She said, man. She said, what
the hell is you
She said,
singing,
Leah, what are you singing?
Because I didn't even know that
So
song.
Brandy
like this.
versus Monica. Who you got?
What team you on?
You need to give it. I'll battle you. Let's go. Turn the mic up. My mic sound nice. Check one.
Let me put this on my Snapchat.
Yeah.
Okay, who you about to be, Monica or Brandy?
Look. Ronnie.
He turned it up. He really turned it up.
Ronnie, look.
Go ahead. Sing your part. Sing your part. Sing your part.
Ronnie, look.
Okay.
I'm going all the way video. Look, Ronnie, look. Look, Ronnie, look. The boy is mine.
I can do you get that picture.
You're the best in the future.
I don't know the word. All I know is the point. The point.
Okay, so who are you? Are you team Brandy or Monica?
Both.
No, you can't do that.
I'm
You
like
such a
but you know
fucking
what?
Gemini
No,
right
no,
now.
I like them both. I like both of them.
Look,
I like both of them.
But
I do
hit for hit-
too.
Hit for hit, I will go with Monica. Like Monica.
What?
Yes.
Girl.
Monica was like my whole life story growing up. Like,
Girl,
I
bye.
just-
Bye. That's
No.
some Gemini shit right
You know,
there.
I'm going-
That's some Gemini shit.
I'm going
right
all the
now.
way back to Moesha.
Moe, everybody say
Mo-
Moesha.
No. What's the one with Brandy and Queen Latifah and them?
What was that? I couldn't say it.
Remember
what?
Queen Latifah? MC Light. Remember it was all that Brandy song.
UNITY?
UNIT.
No.
No, shit. What was?
No, the one with Queen Latifah. No, it was Queen Latifah, Brandy. They was all on one song together.
That's
Set it off.
Thank
No,
you.
no, it was not.
No, it wasn't set up. Shut up,
No.
B.
It was
Star.
Instinct to another.
That's you and ITY.
No, that's Queen
was-
Latifah by herself.
Oh, wait, say that again.
No,
Keep going.
Instinct to another. I could rap all day. This Leah, Princess Leah. I say
Keep
what?
going.
Oh, I'm on AM 910 going to iHeartRadio. My son is Floyd. My son is Tub. He went to school. EMU. He on all day.
Hey,
The song is "I Want to Be Down."
I told you. I want to be.
down.
That's what's it.
For what
I don't know
you
what
went through. I want to be
Done.
down.
I want to be. Y'all laugh. Y'all gotta be laughing. But Ronnie, don't you dare put me on show. You better.
Instinct to it.
Are you live?
No,
Are you live?
no, I'm just on my
No, I know you
Snapchat.
lying because I can tell. I can tell because the back of your phone dirty.
Y'all ain't shit.
That's how I know you
Y'all
lying.
ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit.
And I know my.
No, do that rap part. Do that rap part. You was singing that shit.
Instinct to another
Hey.
thing in the flow.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Leah,
No.
and I'm about to go.
Hey.
Floyd just left the school. He went to EMU.
Hey.
Picking up business management, and I'm a suit.
Who?
My dog, no.
Who picking up?
My daughter's name is Leah. My name is Princess Leah.
Hey.
My husband is Floyd.
Hey.
And the Christ of what? 26 years.
Okay.
Putting on the tears.
Yo.
Boy cried every day. He's a man of his fear. I said, what?
Okay. You know, Leah can flow though, for real, for real.
I
Every
say
time,
what?
every time it's somebody's
Now
birthday,
hit
she
you
was
up.
like,
Oh, it's so gone. That's what I couldn't think of the name.
Oh,
of it.
Sorry.
over you.
Do it
That's
again,
what
Ronnie. Right, do it again.
Y'all
Do it again,
put-
Ronnie.
I
Right, do
know
it again.
I can't stand when
She
y'all put
sweat
me-
like a boo.
So gone over
Look,
you,
Me and you sweat. Look, I went to go see a boost the other day. He was sweating. I was like, do it again,
Yes,
Shari.
Hey.
Shari, do it.
Really helped me
Go
Okay.
ahead, Shari.
devoted so much time.
Get into it, girl.
Wait, what's up?
So you team Monica?
No,
for
look,
real?
she, no, look. Hey, Shari.
Let's be
Look, hold
real.
on, Shari.
Can we be
I
real?
Shari.
ain't
No,
Monica.
look, here goes Shari.
So,
Shari was
no,
out.
bro.
No, Shari was out up on the wall. Like, look, devote a moment time. Shari, do it again, girl.
What's the other song?
First of all,
Shari, you got a pretty.
who was
Shari.
the first black
Shari.
Disney princess? Was
Oh no, it was
That was
Brandy. Hello.
No, it wasn't.
But no,
Yes, it
no,
was.
no, it's clear. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was
Yes, it
with
was.
Whitney
Yes, it
Houston.
was.
Oh,
With Whitney Houston, yes, it was.
Impossible.
Yeah.
In what movie?
Cinderella.
Yep.
Are you
They did
kidding?
Cinderella.
And you know what? Now
That-
it's
for some reason it's not on Disney Plus.
Exactly. We talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
this last
and
show.
now it's about to be
and I was like,
Chloe.
I feel some type of way about this.
Chloe from Chloe and Haley.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
she
Yeah,
was?
she the new one. She just got it. She
She's
got
a
it last year.
mermaid,
She gonna
right?
do- They're gonna
Yeah,
remake
she's a
Cinderella.
mermaid. Yeah.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
that, but I didn't know if it
Little
was true or not.
I'm
No,
sure
she
you got a
was.
pretty voice.
No,
She all
y'all
right.
stop playing.
We always be harmonizing.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm in the studio every week, so I'm producing I'm producing a house song. So I want to hear you. Listen, yes, I am.
She said, "Go ahead and audition."
Yeah, I want to hear you.
But sing something I know.
Yeah,
I
just do
don't-
it. Just
I
do it.
can't.
you
I
know?
can't like
What song you know? I don't know.
everything. Everything. You 1988, so I
Just
know
do it.
everything you know.
Listen. I love
You
music.
can you can do that WAP. Hey,
Okay.
that WAP.
Listen, when I tell you I love music, when I tell you I'm in the studio all
I
week
need a reference.
and I have a studio, so you know it. So go ahead. I
Go
love
ahead.
it.
She said, "Go ahead and
Hey,
sing."
yeah, because I'm about to do a house
Sing it.
song, so I'm
What am I
looking for
singing?
some females in the background.
I'm about to be.
Just do whatever.
Ooh, be in the
Look, I'm
background.
paying.
Okay,
Listen,
okay,
I'm paying for it, so don't worry about it.
I do.
Look,
agree.
Ronnie, I'm paying for it, so just go ahead.
What am I singing?
It don't matter.
See, now you got me on the spot. I don't even know what to sing.
Okay. What do we? I mean,
Both of y'all give me something.
okay. Who are you? Are you team Brandy or Monica? First of all,
I love Monica all day long, but I have
She's
to go.
cool.
I have to go with Brandy because
Period.
Brandy is like back to
Mm-mm.
Moesha. But I love
Mo to
Monica,
the-
but I have to
E
go with
to the-
Brandy.
Mo to the-
No, Brandy had a
E to
song
the-
back in the day that I really like. Oh God, you probably
so
know.
long to
No, it was like a no, it was it was kind of a move. It was kind of a slow song, but it was sweet. Oh
which
God.
which album? Never Say Never. Brandy.
No, it was a song
Oh,
that
I
she had.
used to like that song.
No.
Call you my best friend through the good time in the bad. What's where
I
I
was
live.
talking about Never Say-
You don't
Never
know
Say
that
Never.
song?
No.
Okay.
No, it was
You
one
too
that
young.
no, Brandy had one that it was just like a slow one by herself, just a little bit before her
There's
daughter.
Die Without You was a
But you got to
remake.
roll with Brandy. Monica's sweet,
She's cool.
but she got caught up with C Murder, so it's a wrap.
You know what?
And them sandals though.
But her,
When she was talking about
Yeah.
for you, for you,
know
I will.
Go ahead.
I like
Oh,
those
Ronnie,
things.
I like your. Do it again, Ronnie.
For
Okay,
you,
hold on. Hold on. Snapchat.
I actually like those sandals now.
No, you
Yes, I don't. Now I'm
You know
gonna give me a
what?
pair. And I wish somebody
First
would
of
say
all,
something to me.
she
I'm
looked
giving
like
you a
she
pair of
wears
them sandals.
size 11. Okay,
Well,
of the 12. Damn,
Yeah.
she's like a Bigfoot.
I want
But
to. I gotta do one shout out.
Though. They was
What's
cute
your name
though.
again?
That's
Dave.
Dave.
Dave. I'm gonna do a shout out. I want you to
Podcast
say something.
He said,
Hold on,
"Sing,
hold on.
Dave. I will cross the ocean.
I got podcast
Yeah,
Dave.
no, I don't sing that.
I will go.
No, when I go hit karaoke,
Come on, girl.
you'll hear things like,
Promise
"All right, stop what you're
you
doing,
I
because
don't
I'm
know.
about to ruin the image and
Oh,
the style that
God.
you used
Hold
to."
on. You took. Oh God. He would order. He would order at the Humpty. You know I know that all day
Oh no,
long.
you don't understand. Like I almost
will
booked
bring
Digital
you
Underground to come play at one of our events just
You
so
know
I
what?
could sing
I
with
like
them.
Ray
Hey,
J
no,
more
I'ma
than
tell
I like
you.
Brandy.
I'm
Do
sorry,
you got a
speaking
radio over there?
what?
I like
Uh-huh.
Ray J
You
more
got
than
a
I like
radio? Can
Brandy.
you play a song?
No,
Oh, you can't play
I
music.
mean if I have one that I have, yeah, but you don't
You
want to. You don't
got
want to
Ray
do
J?
that going out on
We
live.
gotta go
Yeah.
out. We gotta go
Oh, you
out,
got-
'cause they'll take
You
us
know my
offline.
favorite song is "Kiss Me and I Kiss You Back."
Yeah, what?
What?
Kiss me.
You know what I'm
Kiss
talking
me
about?
and I'll kiss you back.
Kiss me and.
They old as hell.
Oh,
You never heard "Kiss Me and I Kiss You Back"? I'm gonna play my
No.
Jeep right there.
did you?
He know what you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
By Digital Underground, "Kiss Me and I Kiss." You never
Dude, I
heard
think
that?
I heard that song before.
I know
heard
it. It's
I had a
old as
30-minute
You
shit.
never heard that?
I had a
You
30-minute
old as
conversation
shit,
with
though.
with Money B and figured out
sorry.
how
You said what?
cheap it was
Cardi
to
B?
get him
I'm
out
old as
here.
what?
Huh?
Fuck. She said, "Oh,
I didn't say that.
I know you did.
I didn't say that.
Girl.
I
Wow.
actually like the
Girl,
Ray
I
J
put-
better
girl,
than I
I
like the
look-
Brandy.
I
You
put
just
you-
got
look.
side-eyed so
Oh, no, look,
hard.
Look. I'll put your butt. Look. Are you alive right now? Are you alive right now?
No, ma'am.
Take it off.
No, ma'am. She's like, I think you need to turn your live off right the
Look,
fuck
look,
now.
look,
I'm
look,
like,
look.
okay.
Hey, look. I'll put you down to 3 niggas.
I
Look,
turn-
don't test
listen,
me.
I'm up. You can go off live.
You better check my link. Look,
She about to get
you better check my links.
So y'all don't like Ray J for real? Y'all seriously
You
don't
better
like Ray
check
J?
my resume.
You think Ray J can sing?
I think he can sing better than his sister.
No.
Bad.
No.
Drop the
First
mic.
of all,
Drop the
first
mic.
of all,
You
She's
know-
just out.
look. Are you kidding me?
I'm so serious though.
Brandy is a vocal Bible.
But
Her
I'ma tell you what.
runs-
But I'ma tell you what.
Her runs
I
by
will-
themselves
hold on.
should
But
kill
hold on.
Ray
I
J.
will-
But
Ray J can't even sing.
No.
Yes, he can.
But I will give Ray J.
Sing-
give Ray J his
sing
props.
what?
I'm gonna tell you why.
What he's
Melody.
Melody.
is-
No,
What
no,
is it?
no,
is
no,
really good.
no.
No, is it? What's
Oh,
that
no.
one that he was
You-
outside?
Hold on, stop. I don't
I'm
believe in hating on no man. You
first.
gotta give Ray J his props.
What's
He
the song?
rolled the hell out of Kim Kardashian and every chick he got with, and made him who he is today. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, without Ray
I don't hate
J-
on no man because I don't want a man to hate on a chick.
Let's be
Ray,
real.
am I right?
I-
Did Ray J
Get outta
write it
here,
down?
I'm gonna be
We're
real.
talking about singing.
No, be honest.
Singing.
No, I'm gonna be real. I blame Ray J for us knowing who any of the Kardashians are.
As a man.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll agree with that.
If it wasn't for Ray J, then we know Kardashians to this day.
No.
I feel you.
At all. There'll be no Kim Kardashian to this
Yes,
Nope.
day.
it is.
Okay, I feel you.
And I wouldn't have to know who the hell
But-
Paris
Ray J's
Hilton
the
was.
truth.
I wouldn't have
I
to
don't
know
know
who the
how he did it.
hell.
But
Oh,
he did.
damn, he
Yes,
fucked
he
Paris
did.
Hilton
See,
too?
you gotta give him props for that.
You ain't never heard
He
Melody?
put him on. They name was nothing
Sing
before
it.
that. Ray J put the boy.
Oh, what the
So
hell is this?
That's
What is
gin. You asked for it.
Oh my God! Are we offline?
No. Do you want to be?
I hear that sound, it sounds so beautiful.
I never heard.